She stood in the middle of the lobby, silent, as 5 uniformed officers blocked her from moving forward. Her face didn't twitch. Her fingers didn't flinch. She didn't scream. She didn't argue. But her stillness was louder than the yelling around her. What kind of woman gets thrown out of her own property, in public, by someone she hired? Before we continue, if you're watching us for the first time, Elliot Stories welcomes you with a special warm hugging face. Make sure to subscribe, like, comment, and share this video with someone who loves suspense and justice. Tell us the city you're watching from, and stick around because this story will leave your jaw on the floor. The hotel was buzzing that day. Gold chandeliers sparkled above, and a soft instrumental played faintly in the background. But none of that luxury mattered, not to the woman being escorted out like she was some petty thief. Her name wasn't on a guest list. It wasn't even on a staff badge. But her fingerprints, they were all over the foundation of the building. I'm going to ask you one last time to step outside, the officer said, trying to sound calm, though even he was visibly confused. A sharp voice cut through the tension, louder than the security radios. She doesn't belong here. It was the hotel manager, pacing and shouting. Her heels clicked with each step like a countdown. This woman came in here disturbing guests, sneaking around the VIP floors, taking photos. She's a trespasser. Gasps echoed. No one moved. No one helped. The guests simply pulled out their phones. The woman in royal blue didn't defend herself. Not once. She just looked around, slowly, as if she were memorizing every face in the room. The disrespect was dripping. And yet, she smirked. Not a smile. A smirk, like she knew something none of them knew. The manager, now red-faced and sweating, waved at security. Remove her now. As they walked her out past the velvet armchairs and polished floors, the youngest officer whispered, "I'm sorry, This isn't how we usually do things." She gave him a simple nod, like she'd already forgiven him. Outside, the summer breeze greeted her like an old friend. She reached into her folder, dialed a number, and spoke just 4 words. "It's time. Do it." But what was she talking about? Who exactly was she? And why didn't she fight back? Back inside the hotel, the atmosphere didn't cool down. The staff was on edge. Phones ringing. Managers gossiping. Guests murmuring. No one had ever seen someone escorted out of a 5-star hotel like that. In the break room, one of the bellboys stared at the security camera playback. He tilted his head, squinting at the woman on screen. "Guys, that lady looked like..." But he didn't finish the sentence. Upstairs in the executive suite, a senior executive named Daniel was shaking. He slammed his laptop shut, eyes wide. "Oh no, oh my God." He dashed toward the elevator, hitting buttons like his fingers were on fire. But it was already too late. The damage had begun. Down at the front desk, something strange was happening. The hotel system started locking out user access, one staff profile after the other. Reservations disappeared. Employee key cards deactivated. The manager, who just yelled, "Locked out." She screamed again, now frantic, "What is going on? I can't access anything." A man in a grey suit approached. He handed her a letter. "You've been relieved of your duties, effective immediately." "What? Who are you?" He nodded toward the woman's office. "You'll have to vacate that too. The owner will be arriving shortly." "What owner?" The man simply smiled. "You'll see." Somewhere on the penthouse floor, the elevators dinged open. The woman in royal blue had returned, but this time, no security stopped her. What do you think will happen when the truth about her identity is revealed? Who is really in control of the hotel? What shocking move will she make next? And most importantly, why did she wait so calmly? The answers are coming. And when they do, they'll shake the very foundation of this hotel. The elevator doors slid open with a soft chime, and silence fell like a curtain over the entire hotel lobby. She stepped out. This time, she wasn't alone. Behind her walked 2 sharply dressed attorneys and a man in a dark suit carrying a briefcase, her personal assistant. Her royal blue suit shimmered beneath the chandelier light, and her heels clicked confidently against the polished floor. The same floor she was humiliated on less than 30 minutes ago. No yelling. No rage. Just presence. The staff who had once stood firm in their positions suddenly looked unsure. Guests began whispering. Some even lowered their phones, instinctively sensing something had shifted. At the front desk, the manager, now pale, stood frozen as the woman walked directly up to her. "I believe you had something to say about me not belonging here," she asked, her tone calm, like velvet laced with iron. The manager's lips trembled. What is this?" She placed a black folder on the counter. Inside were documents with the hotel's logo and her name. Her signature. The manager stared. The CEO. She wasn't a guest. She wasn't an intruder. She wasn't just someone with influence. She owned the building. Every chandelier, every velvet couch, every digital key belonged to her. "Effective immediately," the CEO said, handing the assistant a smaller envelope, "this location is shutting down for an emergency compliance audit. And as of this moment, every department head is suspended until further notice. Security, keep them off the premises." "No, please, wait. I didn't know," the manager stuttered. "You didn't care to ask," the CEO replied. "You didn't think it mattered. I built this place from scratch, and you threw me out like I was nothing. That says more about you than me." Staff murmured. Phones rang. People panicked. But she didn't flinch. "And to the officers," she said, turning with a respectful nod, "I appreciate your professionalism. I know you were following protocol. No hard feelings." They looked down, some embarrassed, some shocked. The youngest officer said softly, "Why didn't you stop us earlier? Why didn't you just say who you were?" She paused, then smiled. "Because I wanted to see how you'd treat me when you thought I was no one." In that moment, the entire building went still. The weight of her words struck harder than any punishment. Behind her, the assistant handed over an envelope to each department head. Each one contained the same sentence typed in bold letters. "Your services are no longer required." One by one, they were escorted out. No shouting this time. No arrogance. Just silence. The same silence they offered her when she stood alone, being disrespected by people she had hired. By noon, she sat in the executive office, the one she designed herself. She opened her laptop, sipping a fresh cup of tea brought to her by a newly appointed intern. The atmosphere was calm. Controlled. Respectful. That afternoon, she held a staff meeting, not to scold, but to rebuild. She hired back those who were treated unfairly, promoted a janitor who once offered her a kind smile when others looked away, and offered scholarships to the children of housekeeping staff. Because real leadership isn't about power. It's about people. And that's the lesson. Moral of the story: never judge a person by the role you think they play. Character is revealed not in how we treat the powerful, but in how we treat the powerless, especially when we think no one is watching. Before you look down on someone, ask yourself, would you still speak that way if they owned the ground you're standing on? Until next time, remember, no matter who tries to humiliate you, your value is not up for debate. You're not what they call you, you're what you answer to. And when the world tries to throw you out, come back stronger and own the building. This is Elliot Stories, reminding you to stay strong, stay bold, and stay kind. And to all our amazing viewers out there, thank you so much for staying glued to the end. If you haven't already, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share this story with someone who needs to hear it. Let us know what city you're watching from, and don't forget, this is just one of many powerful tales to come. Stay tuned, because here at Elliot Stories, greatness unfolds with every story. Until next time, Red Heart Hash.